Alright, today I'm going to teach you the one simple rule that'll instantly elevate your lighting. And I'm going to teach you how to use one of these to create images like these. If we've just met, my name is David Superville, and I would appreciate it if you click that subscribe button.
Click.
Awesome, I appreciate you doing that. Photographing people could be really daunting. You're dealing with the technical things, as well as artistic expressions. When I started shooting models, I would feel overwhelmed because I didn't want them to realize that deep down I actually really sucked, and I didn't want them to feel like they were wasting their time. Man, I really hated feeling fake and insecure, so I started to approach photography as problem solving. And I discovered that everything can be broken down into 3 variables, and that's the lighting, the subject, and the camera. For today's example, we're going to create beautiful dramatic images with this cheap, simple LED light. This one is a Neewer CN160. There are now tons of LED video lights that range from like 30 to 100 bucks. But go with the really cheap one and spend another 26 bucks on a Sony MPF battery so you can run this light for hours. The link is down below.
Hey, Future Dave here. I was editing and realized you may be on a budget crunch. So I'm at Dollar Tree. I'm off to buy some really cheap batteries, and at the end of this video I'll show you how long the light lasts with dollar batteries. While I'm here, I'll also grab a black tablecloth so you can set up a backdrop on a budget. Alright, time to mask up.
Transition! This light comes with an adjustable mount that has a 1/4 thread at the bottom. And, alright, I can feel you guys thinking, get to the point already, show us how to use it. Okay, Carly, YouTube, Carly.
Hello.
Guys, always try to keep your model comfortable. If you're not actually setting up a shot, go ahead and give them like a comfortable robe or, you know, a heating pad, something, just keep them comfortable. That being said, ditch the fluffy. Believe it or not, there is one simple lighting rule that'll elevate your lighting immediately.
The 45-degree rule!
Sorry. The easiest way to light anything, whether it's an interview for a corporate video, a product catalog, or half-naked peoples, is to place your light source 45 degrees from your subject. If you're key lighting somebody from the front and the light is directly in front of them, their face is going to look flat. So laterally slide the light over 45 degrees from them and you'll immediately get definition. If you elevate that light 45 degrees above eye level, you'll then get really flattering light.
Yes, but what about the small, cheap LED light?
Damn it, Nate, calm down. I'm getting to it. Take that light and place it behind your subject. Slide it over 45 degrees. And what we're doing is we're utilizing what's called short side lighting. The long side of an object is the side that's facing the camera, the long plane. This is the longer edge of Carly's face. So that means that this side of Carly's face is the short side.
What?
I'm gonna kill the studio lights so you can see the dramatic difference that short side lighting makes.
Click.
With one light source, most of your image goes dark, and you now have tons of shadows to play with. This is perfect for implied nudes and striking images. Now, turn your subject 45 degrees towards the light, and you can see how the light sensuously wraps around them. If you really want to showcase a bodybuilder's physique, short side light their muscles and they'll look amazing. And, more importantly, this creates divine cleavage.
Divine cleavage.
Yeah, the interplay between light and shadow totally flatters a woman's décolletage. In fact, you can even direct your model to slowly turn until they are impressed by what they see. Next, I am a huge fan of exploiting the inverse square law of light. The king of headshot photographers, Peter Hurley, has a whole bunch of videos that explain it a hell of a lot better than I can. So just Google them and check them out. You can find those all over the net. Basically, if you place your light really close to your subject and then expose for the bright areas, the light falls off exponentially and you get darker shadows. This gives you a larger contrast ratio between your lights and darks and makes the images increasingly moody. Check out the difference between these two distances. A popular topic on Facebook is, why aren't my dark images moody? And photographers are always shocked when I tell them that's because you don't have enough light. Ideally, you want to use really bright light and then step down your exposure in camera. I basically use my shutter speed to control my exposure. I like to keep my ISO as low as possible because I like clean, noiseless darks and blacks. And then I'll use my iris to change my depth of field, but that is totally your preference. I know a lot has happened since the beginning of this video, but way back then I mentioned
everything can be broken down into 3 variables, and that's the lighting, the subject, and the camera.
Yeah, and we just covered that first variable. The second variable is the subject. Have your subject turn in different directions and you'll get different looks. And finally, the third variable is the camera. So you can move the camera around in any direction and totally come up with different looks and styles. Experiment with different eye levels, portrait and landscape compositions. And when you start running out of ideas, you can always zoom with your feet. Move closer to the subject. Find different angles, get detail shots, and then you can really mess with your depth of field. Again, photographing people can be really daunting, so just simplify it. Be honest with your subject. Tell them you need to play with your lighting until you find that sweet spot. Hell, I tell every model and subject that I work with that the first 10 minutes of every shoot are going to be really awkward. I'm figuring out camera settings, I'm moving the lights around, I'm trying to check out my background, depth of field, everything that, all the technical things that are going into the shoot. And that's before I even have to figure out how to direct them without saying something like, do something, or be sexy. Never do that. But just be honest with them and tell them what you're doing, and then you'll get into the groove of things. Once you take a couple images that you're proud of, you can start to find your style. Add bounces and reflectors to add fill. Add more LED lights, play with colors, and then throw a cat. Okay, too much. But again, I'm David, and this is Life in Superville, and I'll see you soon. Oh, wait. I promised you guys that I would show you how long the cheap dollar store batteries work. So yeah, we'll check that out here. Well, crap. Okay, so I didn't anticipate that. When I put in the dollar store batteries, the light lasted about 10 seconds, then it shut off at full power. And then at half power, it lasted maybe 6 minutes or so, and then it shut off again. The batteries say low drain only. So I'm sorry guys, I don't know if it's the type of batteries like nickel, lithium, whatever. I'm not a battery guy. Because I failed you guys, I went ahead and included an updated link down below that it actually includes a battery for that $30. It's a cheap Sony NPF style battery. I still recommend getting the bigger battery because those are awesome and they have the USB port on the side so you can charge your phone and play with other things. But the link down below will have a battery and charger for this camera. Again, I failed you guys, but I also promised you in other videos that I would share my failures with you. So, again, thanks for watching. And click that subscribe button. Click.